with William Pitt Sotheby's.
And Kevin Mace with Northeast Financial Mortgage.
And today we're going to talk about mortgages.
Fun stuff.
I know. So Kevin, tell me, what do buyers need to do in this market nowadays? And we know that we have limited inventory and things have to move very quickly. What is your recommendation to them?
My recommendation to my clients has been consistent for probably 10 years. Every one of them, well, I wouldn't say everyone, probably 50% of them come to me and they say, I'm not quite ready yet. I've got to wait for any one of 12,000 different things. I've got to wait for my credit to get better. I've got to wait till I've been at my job longer because I know that they know how to write mortgages apparently.
And they do.
I need to save up for a down payment. I need to do this and that. So the biggest thing I tell clients is just get me all your stuff now. I'm no pressure. I'll tell you where you are now. I'll tell you where you can be in 6 months. And I can guarantee you I can put you in a better position in 6 months than you are now, unless you're in completely perfect position. But otherwise, there's probably a 50 to 75% chance you're not going to be in as good a position as if you hadn't come to me first. So don't wait. Don't wait for a down payment. Don't wait until things are fixed. If there's something I see, that's not going to deny you a mortgage because you can hide it in 2 months. Mm-hmm. Hiding it in 2 months and me not seeing it leaves an opportunity for the lender to find it because I didn't know it was there. Mm-hmm. So if you show it to me, I can put things together in a manner that makes it more productive. So
okay.
Short answer to your question, as soon as you can, really, because the people who wait are always the ones who, well, obviously are in a rush always.
Yes, of
but
course.
They're just the ones that find something on credit, or geez, I thought if I saved $20,000, that would be a much lower payment. Mm-hmm. No, every $1,000 you put down with today's interest rate saves you $4 a month in payment. Every $10,000 you put down saves you $40, $45 a month.
Okay.
Would you rather have a $45 lower payment or 10 grand?
Mm-hmm.
When I say that to most people, they say, why did I spend 6 months saving 10 grand? I said, I don't know, I asked you that 6 months ago.
Exactly.
So, long story short, it's really just getting to me as soon as possible. So
okay.
You know where you are. And people who had perfect credit had their identity stolen. Didn't even know they had something that was on there from 12 years ago
Happens
that
actually
could be something that's in the court system and not just on your credit. It's something you have to take care of. So it's really just imperative that they come as soon as possible, and then I can put them in a plan, and then they know exactly what they need to do.
Okay. Hey, tell me a little bit about your online application.
Yes, my online application. So I was probably one of the last loan originators to do the online application thing. I always liked meeting my clients in person and all that, and actually building a relationship with them. And it was like, I don't know, I was just fought it, and finally I just realized I was losing a shit ton of business because everyone's got it. People want ease, so it's real easy. Click a button, you go through, fill out the information you know, and go from there. I can take things from there, pull credit. You can submit your files securely right to a portal so they're not going across email, anything along those lines. It's really a great system, and I think all the online application systems are a little bit quirky. None of them are perfect, so I always just tell people, just fill out what you can. This is just for me to have a base, so then I can put your actual loan application together. But this saves us back and forth 12 times. Well, you worked here in 2019, but there was a gap. Well, if they fill out the application, everything's right there for me, and the time frame for someone to get approved could go from, some people it makes zero difference. Mm-hmm. Other people it could be the difference between a day and a week to get approved between the back and forth. Okay. So it's something I fought for a long time, but
I know you did.
Been a very, very valuable tool. Very valuable.
Well, especially nowadays. Even with us, people, we're not meeting people like we used to. No. It's we're getting
more so the last 2 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, even before that.
Yep. And they want it done so quickly. They don't have time. They don't have time to drive it to your office or to meet you. They just want to start a process. So I'm glad that you started doing that. Because
Yeah,
it does make a difference.
Too. I am too now.
It does make a difference. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
it's always a pleasure working with you.
It's good to hear.
Yes.
It's good to hear that. What do you see coming in the market in
what I kind of see is what we've seen. We have low inventory. So we have low inventory when we have buyers who are ready to go. And really the buyers are getting the crap end of the deal. So having them know what to expect, the buyers to me is very important. They need to know all the avenues. They need to know, that might have to forego some things. They might have to put in a little extra money. That's kind of what I'm seeing.
So what expectations do you think is important for your referral partners, specifically your mortgage referral partners, to make them aware of that maybe we aren't doing as good a job of and we don't see as much as we do?
I think that we do our best to get our buyers knowledge of what to expect, but I think really our lenders really need to also share, explain to them, okay, I know you don't want to put anything down and you want to do this program. Why don't we go with the other avenues and see what else can we do to help you get that offer? Because we know that it's hard out there to get our offers accepted. So having them know each avenue of different type of loan types maybe, or different just avenues that they can do that may be more beneficial for them. And then discussing it with them, like you said, if you put this much, it's only going to be this much more a month. You or not. And just being clear.
Yeah, and I really try to explain seller credits these days too to clients, and I don't try to dissuade people from them, but I just try to explain it makes your offer a lot less attractive than a seller credit. If you were going in with the same offer as someone without a seller credit,
yes,
you're going to lose out. So at the same time, some realtors have a different opinion on how they approach that with their clients. So I kind of like to leave it up to them and give them a little vague understanding and let the realtor give a more detailed explanation, because a seller credit in Hartford County, when I'm dealing with an agent, might actually be flying in the last 6 months, whereas down here in the shoreline, they're not flying. The market's completely different in even just different parts of Connecticut. I only lend in Connecticut for 99% of my mortgages, but it's crazy the nuances just in the market. Yeah. Have you seen it slow down the last 6 months from you need to be there the first hour, now you have 2 hours?
Or do you think that?
Do you think that's just the normal winter lull of less buyers, or do you think that mad rush worked its way through? Do you think we'll see another mad rush when the snow melts?
Well, if we have inventory, I feel like we're going to have that mad rush. I know I have lots of buyers who are waiting. I have lots of buyers who want to buy a new home, but they have nowhere to go. So they want to sell what they have and upgrade or downsize, but they can't because there's nothing there for them to do that with.
So we're losing the inventory on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, I do feel, like I said, I know that when something does hit and, a good house is out there, it's still a mad rush. We had nothing to mad rush to at this point.
Yeah, there's less to mad rush to now than there was 6 months ago.
Yep. And that's what I know. And having the buyers, ready, just be ready. Update your pre-qual. So when that house shows up tomorrow at 2:15, we can write an offer. Not like, oh, I got to call my lender again. I don't know. You need to know, and you need to stay on top of it.
Yeah, and that goes to another thing about getting offers accepted. Some realtors want people to write personal letters each time. Some don't. Some want verbiage and pre-approval letters. Pre-qual is a dirty word to me. I've never given a pre-approval without seeing someone's documents. I don't even understand that word, but. Some people have added verbiage in a pre-approval that states this has been reviewed by underwriting, things like those. So if there's any of those things that are helpful to you or anything along those lines, that's something that I've always accommodated for realtors. And it might not be every specific transaction. It might just be one you get a feeling from a certain seller for, or something. So that's another just kind of unique tool you want to make sure that you have an agent like Stacy and Samantha who are really in tune to that, have been doing it long enough to understand those little nuances, because
And we-
in this market,
That's
those
true.
little tiny nuances are the difference between you getting a house and not.
Well, we see it, we deal with a lot of sellers, and, we see them, they come through and they're looking at the offers and they're paying attention to what that pre-qual says. They want to make sure, is it just,
Don't use that word.
I'm so sorry, the pre-approval. They want to see what that letter says. And they're very, very, knowledgeable now. Like, they're doing their own learning, but we're
Yeah.
also sharing with them, but they want to know what that says. They want to be clear what that buyer can and can't do.
Yeah, and another challenge I see you realtors facing is, our industry had an influx of probably, I honestly don't know the numbers, I'd guess 20 to 50% more people than it had in our industry licensed in the last 2 years, because the mad rush with interest rates, everybody
easy
jumped
money.
in. Well, it is. Anyone can sit in a call center, answer the phone, tell them they're going to give them a lower rate. Well, now all these refi shops are jumping into the purchase market because they have no refi business. They don't know how to do purchase loans, and they're going around pretending to lowball everyone, giving them low interest rates. Oh, look at this great rate, come with me. 3 months later, you're still not closed. You lose the house. What's a 1/4% lower interest rate when you don't have anything you're
That's true.
borrowing?
That is very true.
It's worthless. So I've tried to explain that to clients, but like I've told you, I'm not a salesman who's going to convince someone to come use me. I'd rather you go do your own thing and then refer me after you've had your bad experience.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just my philosophy. I'm not trying to convince people. I get referred a decent amount of business with people who trust me, so I'd rather people, I'd love to help everyone, but I can't.
Exactly.
So I think that's.
And at the end of the day,
pretty
it's their
important.
decision, and they have to be comfortable with their decision. And if it was the wrong decision, then we're here to help them make a right decision next time.
And that's what I tell everyone. I say I've never been someone who wants every piece of business, even from friends or family. I'd actually rather not do that business. In the mortgage business, we see your whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand some people not wanting me to see your whole life.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, I know every time you went to Tiffany's or the bar or the package store. I don't care about any of that. I'm doing a job. But it's funny, you hear from people, they say, oh my God, I just spent $200 at the package store Friday because this has been tough. I didn't until you told me, because I don't really look into your whole personal life and build a profile of you. But that some people, I understand that. And for whatever reason, I can't do every loan, nor do I want to. So
And we've done ones that people haven't even been clear. You find out at the end of the day, like everything is fine, and no, it's not fine. We have to know firsthand if there's a problem, so we can work around it, because it's going to be found.
Yeah, you're not going to sneak around it. But if you let me know, I can help present it in a way that's going to give you the best chances of getting approved, rather than it being found out, a slap in the face, and you'll lose your house. Like I said before, there's nobody in my company that touches a loan other than me, unless there's one verification service that's needed that the company handles, then I request it and they get it. Besides that, I do all the monotonous calling for verification of employments, calling employers, sitting on hold, waiting for payoffs. So it takes away from my phone time. While I can still usually work while I'm on hold, I can't really respond to clients or do things.
But you know what's going on with the loan.
Yeah,
Which is great.
And honestly, like I said, it's been a challenge, but the last year I've really found that setting up good systems, being more organized, getting my ADD under control has made it so that the extra time I spend on a loan is actually less than the amount of time I previously spent tracking down people, checking for updates. I'm anal about knowing where things are.
Yep, exactly.
When anyone calls me, I'm not the salesman-y type. I'm not the schmooze you over. I'll tell you to go to another lender before I'll try to convince you to use me. So for my model, it was just really, really difficult for me not to still have that same customer service, because I had to take a little bit more of a salesy approach if somebody didn't get called back right away, and they were upset because people expect to be called back within 2 hours these days. So
That was got to be difficult. I understand.
but it's gone great, and the last year it's really helped me refine my clients, really pay more attention to my clients, and just literally any client wants to know where their loan is, I know exactly where it is because
And that
I've
is,
done every little piece of work to it.
that is
It's
so
a pain in
important,
the ass.
especially for us, just to know what's going on. Because you know we're asked. We're asked on all sides. So
From everyone, and
Mhm.
it's monotonous. I kind of felt like I was taking a step back in my career because I'm doing the role of what most loan officers have, a processor who does all these things. So it kind of was a kick to the pride at first, I thought, because, you know, hey, I'm taking this on just because I'm so anal and can't stand chasing people down anymore. But at the end of the day, it made me a better loan officer.
Yep.
And
better customer service because you do know you have the answer.
I do, and they might not get it in 4 hours, but I know the answer when they sent it to me, and I didn't have to wait 2 to find it and then get back to them.
Yes.
So it's people have come to understand, and recently I've been more upfront with people about that and actually told them, listen, between 8 to 5 you might not hear from me as much, but you might get, and most of my updates you'll get at 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'll spend half an hour after after the family's done their thing and whatnot, and just update things and go from there. Because between 8 to 5, if the phone rings, I gotta answer it, or else your file's not moving forward. There's not somebody else in the back of the office that's handling that stuff, or that I hope is handling that stuff. So
Sure.
that's been a big change.